Good night to each and every one of you in Georgetown, Guyana. What an amazing interview I here doing today. I'm going to do two interviews. One about the disease that is taking the world by storm, and the other one about political corruption around the third world. I have never seen this in my entire life because a country with 740,000 people had approximately close to 500,000 voters, which means Guyanese women and men is not producing, and therefore they are more adult than their children. But nevertheless, give us the 400 something thousand voters. I ask a question. Why from the 2nd of December to today, there is not a result? And why the court always have to come in to make a decision about what to do, what not to do, and the election commissioner holding it back. Personally, ladies and gentlemen, I have met with hypocrites in my life, and I have spoken to a few on the telephone. Dr. Suraj Bali, another hypocrite. A man who speaks that he think he know it all. But in 2011, with Anthony Snow, with his party, and Vincent Alexander Boudou, and that same Suraj Bali, ask them what they told Mr. Snow. And if APNU leaders are not aware of it, then I ask God to forgive them. But if they're known about it and was instrumental about it, like the PPP, I wish all two party, the members go who vote, who are in the parliament, I wish all of them go mentally ill, crazy, because they are hypocrites. Dr. Suraj Bali tried to save APNU and the PPPC when Anthony Snow was running for the election in 2011. 10 or 11 days before the election, all the news had Mr. Snow for the nomination. Everything was okay until the election commissioner, run by Dr. Suraj Bali, that bloody hypocrite. Those hypocrites that coming up and trying to be like they are so holy and righteous. You hypocrites, are you not ashamed? You deny the country justice. You deny a democratic policy. And now you talking about democracy. This is a damn bloody shame, a blatant I pass to the nation. And therefore, I call upon the people to stand up and rise up against the election commissioner. And why is Claudette Singh taking so long to declare a winner? Whether you like it or not, Miss Singh, it is looking very bad. But what do you expect from a coolie, an Indian? For a few dollars and position, you will sell your soul. And I have no apology to this. But right now you get caught between whose side to give it to. Well, let me make it clear here. All of you are hypocrites, and all of you have violated the human rights and have violated the democratic rights of a peaceful nation. It is time for you all to understand the Constitution was breached in 1966 by Burnham, followed by Haidt, followed by Jagans, the two Jagan, man and wife, and Barrett Jack Dew, Sam Hines, Desmond Hoyt, and not forgetting Mr. Ramatar and even Mr. David Granger. But being a soldier, I had respect him and think he would have made the ultimate difference. But unfortunately, he look at color of skin and party policy, blind his eyes from what he's seeing and deaf his ears from the truth. But God don't like ugly, David. He don't like ugly. After 2011, after you all deny Anthony Snow when you all told him he either join PPPC or APNU, or else it will be hard for him. Well, Mr. Suraj Bali, y'all were right. Y'all lock him up. All of you are involved in it. And the time shall come, if you don't answer it, your children shall answer the call. For the curse of darkness shall fall upon your doorstep. All of you. And I want you all to know, that wrongful lockup that my son get, that was created by a drugsman by the name of Ramdat, known as Arsman, and his wife Shamin Mohammed, with her influence and maybe use her body to convince some corrupt politician or judge to get what she want. My son was in prison for 10 months. We hired lawyers to defend us, and we didn't get justice. We was offered to pay $500,000 to the man. We refused, but it cost us hundreds of thousands of US. And let it be known, all of your name we got. From the 4 police that you all put to beat him. From the man that light the fire in the prison and the police that run away and lock the gate. All of you will be arrested and charged for attempted murder and imprisonment of an innocent man. And not so long ago, if it is true that David Granger, the president of the cooperative of Guyana, if it is true that you call Mr. Kabir a hero, a known terrorist according to the U.S. government, then it is fair to say the kidnapping of Anthony Snow was done by terrorist leadership and denied justice by terrorist judge. And therefore, I, George Emmanuel Correa, says, all of you are guilty of a crime beyond humanity. But I won't touch you. Your children shall answer the call. Some will eat shit. Some will run crazy on the street. And your daughters, if you have any, they will pick fear from one corner to the other. You will not get away your curse. Your children will be an example to the future of Guyana. I curse all of you in the name of God and justice. And for every man and woman you all lock up innocently, whether they are black or they are Indian because they're stupid or ignorant, we shall answer their call and reopen all cases. And for you Indian, who are fighting people for property that don't belong to you, commit suicide quick. Right, Ali? Ahmad Ali? Yassin Ali children? You effing thieves. And Mr. Lal from Canaan, and you corrupt judges and lawyers, you're better off drink poison or hang yourself, because your days are numbered. You all might think you're vicious and you're powerful, but also remember this. A thief don't want to die and leave what he or she stole from the people. And it is not a threat. We want justice. So therefore, Dr. Soros Bali, you should hang yourself or drink poison. You are a disgrace and an embarrassment to the Indian race. And for all of you who deny us justice, your time is coming and it is numbered. I call upon the decent men and women in the police force and the army and the civil servant and the business community and the church, all priests, to come together in solidarity for human rights and dignity. We do not need to see the PPP go back there. And judging from this result of this election, I think the other new party should come together and choose the Amerindian to be the true son and leaders of his country, and Guyana will be able to stop the racial tension between the two major races, and Guyana will be able to go forward, and all Guyanese must be treated equally under the name of the flag. But 3 things have to change. The quotation of our country. It is not one people, one nation, one destiny. It is 6 people, 6 nations, one destiny. Cemetery yard. And we must change it as quick as possible. And the Constitution must change. And therefore, right now, I says we shouldn't have court system, because everything went wrong from the beginning, and the military and the decent people should come together and find a leader for a cooperative Republic of Guyana. If not, England must take the country back, or America, the big brother in Latin and South America after World War II with Monroe Doctrine. Long live America, long live Trump, long live the British, and long live the decent human in Guyana. Long live Rodney. People's no dictator. People struggle. Think of it. Have a good night. And may God be with all of you.